Getting you ready for game time. Join me, Sal from Behind the Arc Basketball, as I announce play-by-play. Make sure to smash the like and subscribe, because now we're about to go live. Entering the pregame, we now present Sal from Behind the Arc Basketball. And what's good, everyone? Happy Saturday. Thanks for joining back in tonight. And here we go. We got Game 3 tonight of the Western Conference Finals. Been quite lopsided in this series. The Oklahoma City Thunder up 2-0 against the Minnesota Timberwolves. And Minnesota looking to see if they can turn things around really, really fast, as they've got pounded in both of the games so far this series at OKC. The series switching back to the Target Center for games 3 and 4 in the Western Conference Finals. Oklahoma City took game 1, 114-88 on Tuesday, and then they won once again on Thursday, 118-103. That's 2 wins by 26 points and 15 points so far in this series, and looking like so far midway to a sweep. Looks like possibly we could really well get a sweep in this series, because Minnesota's had a tough time just diagnosing the defense and trying to break down the defense of Oklahoma City, as they've been drawing question marks all over the place. One out of their 2-star guys each game has got locked up. Edwards had a tough game 1. The last game, Julius Randle had a really tough game 2. And just after that, nobody else really able to step up. They got the most out of Jaden McDaniels in the previous game for him, dropping down 23 points, hitting basically a playoff ceiling for him. But they got to get other guys to step up, and you need to have basically a perfect game out of Ant-Man, Randall. You need a great game out of McDaniels like they did in the previous game. But where in the world has been Naz Reid in this series? He has been atrocious. Naz Reid 0 for 14 from the perimeter so far. They just don't have guys who can make threes off the dribble, and the Thunder, best perimeter defensive team in the NBA, is completely locked up Minnesota, and Minnesota just doesn't have guys that can hit jump shots outside of just catching fire threes, and with very, very little space to operate to shoot the ball. It is not looking good right now in this series for Minnesota. This will tip off in under 12 minutes from now. If you guys are doing the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Happy Saturday night, everybody. Welcome on back once again tonight. We got Daniel, George, Kevin, Piano, welcome in. Thanks all for being a part here tonight on the stream for this one. And oh yeah, I gotta get the poll outs actually right now, so let's see. Gonna get this poll out. Who you guys taking to win tonight here? All right, so that poll is now up, Thunder T-Wolves, so feel free to vote in that poll. What's good, Randy? Glad to have you back in. Jeffrey, welcome back in for this one. Things going pretty well. Day went by quick today. Did a lot of stuff today. Got outside quite a bit today, so things went well. Yeah, really lopsided stats in this series. Oklahoma City dominating the paint, 112-64 in this series. They're plus 48 points in the paint. They constantly drive, attack right at you. Minnesota's jacked up a bunch of threes, and they keep on breaking shots, especially in the second half. They shot 2 for 15 from the perimeter in the second half in their Game 2 loss. They went 15 for 51 from three-point range in the Game 1 loss. Oklahoma City, top team in all of the history of the NBA playoffs, with most turnovers forced all time ever. This Oklahoma City team, and we're only entering the third game of the conference finals. They have over 90 forced turnovers in all their playoff games so far for Oklahoma City, which is just a historic number, the most of any team in NBA history through a playoff run. OKC with 35 forced turnovers. They've committed 23, but it's where points off turnovers, that's crushed Minnesota, because that's where Oklahoma City makes you pay. 53-20 points off turnovers. They're just so excellent getting on the fast break, playing downhill, and getting out in transition for OKC. They lead fast break numbers 28-9, 53-20 points off turnovers. And yeah, Minnesota, for a team that has struggled turning over the basketball quite a bit, that's just a really tough spot for them. For what I heard, the ESPN NBA Countdown crew, they were talking about it earlier, that Chris Finch had a 45-minute film session with these guys before the game in the locker room today. So a 45-minute film session, which according to the NBA Countdown crew is much longer than usual for that film session. So what's going on there? Minnesota's drawing question marks all over the place. They have no clue how to break down the defense of Oklahoma City. And this is where it starts here. So there's been no adjustment made by Chris Finch in the starting lineup. I thought Rudy Gobert would be benched for this game. It looks like he's playing. According to Timberwolves PR, Rudy Gobert is starting tonight, same as Mike Conley. So this is where it goes wrong right from the beginning. Once you tip off the basketball, this is where things completely go wrong for Minnesota. Number one, you're outmatched 3-on-5 to begin the game. So you got two guys who's complete offensive liabilities that can't put the ball into the bucket. It looks like it's like Ben Simmons and Draymond Green out there playing together. That's what Gobert and Conley look like based on like the offense that they've provided in this series, which has been nothing, like minimal at most. Barely anything on the Conley and Gobert. And already they're down 2 players. Oklahoma City's going to lock up either Ant-Man, which they did in game one, or lock down Randall, which they did in game 2. And they take away the top option. After that, it's only the other top option, either Ant-Man or Randall, that can get buckets and beat the OKC defense. Plus, McDaniels is going to have to reach his ceiling. Because after that, Naz Reid, where in the world has he been in this playoff series? He's tossing up boulders. Like, he's not even squaring to the rim. When he receives the ball in the perimeter, he's just tossing up shots for Naz Reid. He isn't even like squaring to the rim. As OKC is crowding his shooting space, and he's just chucking up shots for Naz Reid. DiVincenzo having a tough time out there. And then on the defensive side, there were clips shown by the NBA Countdown crew, broken down by former Nuggets coach Michael Malone, that SGA was just scoring constantly on an island being defended by DiVincenzo. Jalen Williams got past DiVincenzo, scored over Gobert. Gobert's playing into drop coverage for him, not getting help defensively. And you got to double team SGA to have a shot. You got to take away 3 guys if you're Minnesota. The margin of error is so small for Minnesota. So what they have to do to win this game: number 1, you need Ant-Man to go off. Drop down 40, drop down 50. He needs to go off. Number 2, Randall has to go off. That hasn't happened in both games because Oklahoma City's taken out one out of those 2 guys. After that, they need a good game out of Jaden McDaniels. He had a ceiling the last game for him, scored 23. That's probably not going to happen again. And then you need guys off the bench. Naz Reid to score buckets like he did in game 1 against the Lakers. Not so much after that in the playoffs. He has really struggled second half of the playoffs here for Naz Reid. DiVincenzo needs to turn back the clock to last year in the playoffs and play like he did against the Pacers when he played for the Knicks last year in the second round, averaging 23 points per game. That hasn't happened so far in this series. And you got to get something out of Gobert and Conley because these 2 guys are just unplayable based on like the minimal offense that they give for you. They're already outmatched to start off this game. Oklahoma City's playing 5-on-3 against Minnesota. Once the game starts, Minnesota's down 2 offensive players. And plus, Oklahoma City's going to double team either Ant-Man or Randall. And there's only 2 guys that can beat you right there. So it's just way too many players. That's just, the depth is so much larger for OKC compared to Minnesota. And especially with the guys out there, you got guys that just... it's bad. Like Rudy Gobert. Like looking at this playoffs, like he's never been known as an offensive threat, but based in the entire league, or so, like, out of, like, all the starting centers in the league, Rudy Gobert is gonna have to be at the very, very bottom in terms of starting centers. Like, yeah, Kevon Looney doesn't even start anymore, I don't think, for Golden State, because I would say that his name would be on that list alongside Gobert's, like, some of the worst scoring starting centers that's out there in the entire league. But look at, like, a lot of these teams. They get guys that can score the basketball or so. Yeah, Mitchell Robinson has been coming off the bench for him. So he's another guy that would be right on that list with Gobert, like a minimal score in terms of, like, starting centers. But where in the last season, Jokic had a 44-point game against Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City doesn't need to worry about that because Rudy Gobert ain't going to be poured in 30 points, 20 points, 10 points. It's not looking good. He's averaging under 8 points per game in the playoffs for him. It's got to the point where he's basically unplayable, that he shouldn't even be playing at this rate. It's got to that point. I'm going to go with my top 5 picks of the night. What's good? We got Vegas back in the stream. If you guys are new in the channel, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe tonight for this one. And I'm hoping we can get a long series out of these two teams. I honestly think it's going to be a sweep, honestly, because Timberwolves look like they're just been out manhandled. And this is the game, if they do win it, this will be the game that they would get it. I feel like tonight will be this game 3 since it switches over to the home team being Minnesota. But they got their work cut out for them. And they're drawing a lot of question marks offensively going up against the Thunder. And then on the other side, the Thunder have completely worn them down in the second half. They played a good first half both of the times. It's just half number 2, the wheels have completely fallen off. And Mark Daigneault has done an excellent job just making adjustments in the second half. The Thunder attack, put you into foul trouble, and just wear you down throughout the course of the game. So this is what I like tonight. Top 5 picks for tonight. I'm going to stick with the Thunder here on the money line. They're a slight 2.5-point favorite coming into this game, but for Minnesota, this looks like a really difficult matchup for them. I just talked about the offensive liabilities. They're going to start off this game being undermanned 3-on-5, because you can't generate any sort of offense out of guys like Mike Conley and Rudy Gobert. They got basically a ceiling out of Jaden McDaniels with 22 points in the last game, and they still lost by 15. You have to get something out of Naz Reid. Got to take care of the basketball. There's a lot that has to go right for Minnesota to win this game, and the margin of error is very, very small, because if it keeps on going the way it's going, SGA drops down 30, Jalen Williams drops down 20, Chet Holmgren scores 15, then there's probably going to be no chance that you win this game. So if Oklahoma City keeps on producing with their big 3, then Minnesota, their chance to win is very small. Minnesota needs a lot for them to go right today. Impact out of Naz Reid and DiVincenzo off the bench. They need Edwards to drop down 40. They need a great game out of Randall. And then on the other side, they need SGA to have a rare off night, which he has been a 30-bucket piece in the last 7 straight games. They need a rare off night from Jalen Williams. That happened a couple of times against the Nuggets, and Denver was able to force it into 7, but J-Dub's been on point so far in this series, and then they're going to need a rare off game out of Chet Holmgren as well. And there's a lot that has to go right for Minnesota for them to steal this game of the series tonight. So I like the Thunder in the money line. Also like the Thunder minus 2.5 in the second half spread tonight in this game to cover on that. The Thunder have outscored the T-Wolves 130-93 in the second half in this series so far. That's plus 37 in the second half for the Thunder. They have been a second half team all season long. Exactly what I talked about a couple minutes ago. They just wear you down in the second half. Attack, and the wheels fall off with their opponents in half number 2. I like the Thunder to carry that second half spread tonight. And then the player props tonight. Chet Holmgren, he attempted 18 shots, or 17 shots. He went 8 for 17. Not a great efficient game, but still, he only went 1 for 6 from 3. If those threes are dropping, then he would have a much more dangerous scoring game. But still, with that, he scored 22 points in the previous game for Chet Holmgren. Chet Holmgren with 2 straight games scoring at least 15. His over/under player prop tonight's at 14.5. I like him on the over tonight for Chet Holmgren. Caruso, that player prop right there is a gem for him, because it's been an absolute gem for Caruso. He has hit that. Still undervalued. He's averaging over 9 points per game in the playoffs for him, but 6 straight games at least 9 points off the bench for Caruso for him, and then Ant-Man over 7.5 rebounds, which he keeps on hitting. He's averaging above 8 in the playoffs. Last 7 out of 10, he's got at least 8, and he's got 9 boards in the previous 2. Yeah, that line has gone down. I took that like way earlier today, so that line was at 4.5. So that was based when it was on 4.5, like earlier this morning, or so. I can go and see what it is right now or so before they tip it off. It's gotta be like at even or so. So yeah, if it's still out there, second half, if that's on even, that's even much better, right there. Wow, this line is all the way down to 1.5 somehow. All right, so here we go as we're underway, left to right of the floor. Oklahoma City white jerseys tonight in this matchup as they control the opening tip. Lob over the top. Hardenstein throws it down to the opening possession for OKC. T-Wolves dark blue jerseys tonight, white numbers, white letters. Conley crosses midcourt. Bounce pass over to Randall at the wing. Hand off to Edwards, dribbles towards his left. Jacks up the 3, no good off the back rim, tipped up and deflected from Hardenstein off to Holmgren for the defensive rebound. Possession number 2 in the night here for OKC. Shea has it at the left corner. SGA backs his way down on McDaniels. Off to Hardenstein. The runner drills the 2. What a start right now for OKC to begin. Perfect 2 for 2 from the floor. Edwards crosses midcourt. He takes on Lou Dort 1-on-1. Switch there guarded by Hardenstein. Moves it off to the corner. Conley shovel pass. Gobert goes up. Got stripped. Turned it over. Those are the 2 guys that's been a non-impact in this series in the starting 5. Kick out Hardenstein off to the corner. Jalen Williams missed the 3. Edwards collects the defensive rebound. Back to the T-Wolves. Opening minute of action. Randall backs his way inside. Jumper. 13-footer straight away. Swishes it. It's a positive sign there for Minnesota fans. Julius Randle, just 6 points, got benched for an entire fourth quarter during the last game and able to score there with a 2. SGA drives up to the elbow, dish outside to the corner. Williams across the floor into the hands to Hardenstein. Hardenstein at the top, kick out, corner 3 on his way to Rainbow. Lou Dort's not going to count it though as he stepped out of bounds. So that 3-point shot got waved off. He had made it. Back heel out of bounds though by Lou Dort. Mike Conley, off to Randall around the perimeter. Randall backs his way here to the right elbow. Takes on Lou Dort 1-on-1. Turnaround jumper. Connects on it. 4-4 right now to score. High quality shots made by Julius Randle showing up so far this game. SGA attacks the paint. Kick out to the left corner. A 3-ball taken by Dort. Skipped around the rim and out. Randle controls the defensive rebound. Minnesota right now in this one. 2 minutes plus into action to begin game 3. Randall at the free throw circle takes on Jalen Williams. Randall turnaround 15-footer, left it short, and Dort lets it land out of bounds. That's an air ball. It will go back to the Thunder. What's good, LWE? Welcome in. Thanks for joining in. Inbound back to OKC, and they turn it over right past midcourt. Gobert collected the steal. Runner, kiss off the glass by Ant-Man. Edwards looking for the foul call, couldn't get it, but Minnesota takes the lead 6-4. Past midcourt with Jalen Williams. Hardenstein, hand off to Williams. Edge of the midcourt logo, bounce pass to his left to SGA. SGA at the top of the key, drives on McDaniels, up fake, slides it off to his right to Williams. Williams spin cycle, bounce pass, corner, 3, chat, Holmgren, no good off the back rim, rebound, secure by Jaden McDaniels for the T-Wolves. T-Wolves coming out with energy so far this game. McDaniels, up fake, McDaniels, runner, McDaniels scores, through for 2. Rejuvenated squad right now for the T-Wolves as they lead 8-4. Top of the key with SGA. SGA slides it off to the left wing. Chet Holmgren tees up a three. Kaboom! He drills it. That is just too easy right there by Chet Holmgren. T-Wolves back with possession. Conley wide open. Jacks up the three off the back rim. No good. As he is shooting bricks left and right in this series as he missed an uncontested three there. Jalen Williams open three straight away. Off the back heel. No good. Conley long rebound out of the pack. Mike Conley has it up the floor. Outside off to Ant-Man. Kick out corner to Conley. Conley dribbles up to the elbow. Slides it off to the corner. Randall Rainbow on a three. Off the back rim. No good. Rebound secured by Jalen Williams for OKC as we're 4 minutes into action. Both of these teams stone cold from the perimeter to start things off. Oklahoma City 1 for 5. Minnesota 0 for 3. Hardenstein bobbled it behind his back and he turned it over. Much better game right now out of Minnesota. Able to clamp down defensively to start things off. T-Wolves by 1. OKC with 3 turnovers so far. Minnesota great ball control with 0. Edwards comes off the screen. Right down the chute. Delivers. Anthony Edwards cans the 3 ball. 11-7. Ant-Man looking to make sure that he will not go down without a fight in this series. Miss runner by Hardenstein. Deflected up in the air out of the pack. Here goes Edwards. Shoots right out of the gap. Anthony Edwards soars up and he throws it down with a 2-handed flush. They're going to still play off of this right now. OKC will not burn a timeout. SGA edge of the midcourt logo. At the top of the key, SGA looking for his first 2 of the game. Dribbles, drives, right down the lane inside. He scores up and off the backboard. 13-9, gut pass, Rudy Gobert right to the cup. Edwards at the top of the key. Edwards, pocket pass off to Gobert. Missed the layup, contested by Holmgren. Here goes OKC in the opposite direction. SGA off to Williams, shovel pass door, outside Williams. J-Dub off to the corner door, lob down low, finds Holmgren. Double team, low block, outside. Goes over to SGA, up fake, gets right past Rudy Gobert. Missed the layup, no good. And the rebound gets secured by Randall. What a start in this game right now. 5+ minutes into action. Anthony Edwards, he slows it down. Big start to this game for Ant-Man off to Randall. Randall looking good as well. Randall inside the key. Randall, triple team. Randall outside. Conley, open 3. No good off the mark again by Mike Conley. And a loose ball rebound charge to the Thunder. Timeout on the floor taken. As we take the first timeout with 6:14 left to go in the first, the T-Wolves burn the opening timeout. Ant-Man came to play tonight on his home floor. Still got a long way left to go with a promising start here for the T-Wolves the first time out. This game should be a blowout right now if Mike Conley could hit threes. Mike Conley 0 for 2 from the perimeter. 2 uncontested threes that he bricked. 7 points by Ant-Man, 4 points by Randall, 2 points by McDaniels. OKC led by Hardenstein. He's got 4. 3 by Holmgren, 2 by SGA. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Ring the notification bell as well if you guys would like to be notified here for future live streams on the channel. And what a start here for Minnesota. Wow, forcing turnovers. Oklahoma City having quite a bit of turnover issues to start off this game. 3 turnovers by the Thunder for a team that had forced 35 total turnovers by the T-Wolves in the first 2 games of the series. And tonight it's OKC who starts off with a lot of turnover problems. Man, Ant-Man looks like he's so determined in this game today. Still got a long way left to go, but it's a positive sign for Minnesota. Good start for them. It's just they haven't been able to play a full 48 in this series. They've been able to play a solid first half, but then in the second half, they completely just go missing. Yeah, I heard they got like these green uniforms that they got this year. Yeah, their City Connect jerseys are green this year. Yeah, I don't like those either. They look like the A's jerseys. Kind of look like my high school team's jerseys, because my high school colors were green and gold. Yeah. If if you take the logo off, or if you take the lettering off the front of the Red Sox there, and you had me ask me to guess the team, I would say the A's. Oh wow, they're yellow. Yeah, they're probably in the marathon uniforms then. Yellow and blue are like the Boston Marathon jerseys that they wear. Oh yeah, I've never been a fan of those. They wear those every single day for Patriots Day. I wasn't I didn't know that they brought those back out like multiple times. I thought it was just like a Patriots Day special that they would wear the yellow and blue jerseys on Patriots Day, but wow, they looks like they're wearing it tonight. What's good, Natural Nate? Welcome back in. Yeah, pretty good today. Still kind of chilly. It was like upper 50s, but it was nice out. We had a couple showers today, but nothing too bad. And sun and off and on showers as we get back to action after the timeout. Inbound for Minnesota, and Ant-Man keeps on delivering. Off the inbound as he splashes down the three, and he comes up here with a steal. Anthony Edwards looks to take it a distance, and he dunks it. 12 points right now for Ant-Man. 18-9. Anthony Edwards on a mission tonight. Looking to force a fifth game in the series. Lou Dort towards his left. Handoff Hardenstein. He's on the floor with Jalen Williams, SGA, and Cason Wallace. SGA at the top of the key. Settles for a three straight away off the back of no good. DiVincenzo collects the defensive rebound. That's not usually SGA's game. He's known for attacking to the paint, getting to his spots. Hasn't been able to get to his spots. As OKC here from behind, picking up a reach and foul charge to Lou Dort. Anthony Edwards right now on a mission. DiVincenzo inbound off to Ant-Man. He's been the hot hand. He takes on Wallace one-on-one. Wallace, or Ant-Man, switch guarded by Caruso. Sends it off to Randall at the top. Randall takes on Wallace. Randall attacks. Kick out corner. Wide open three. DiVincenzo swishes it. 21-9. Minnesota, largest lead of the series. And a timeout taken on the floor by OKC. Promising start here for the T-Wolves. Exactly what they needed. Guys to step up. They have got that right now. Dante DiVincenzo. Right down the middle. Perfect start. For a team that the margin of error is very thin, they needed everything to go their way. And so far, everything has gone their way. And everything has gone the opposite way for OKC. Sunset Shimmer, welcome in. Yeah, this is stunning right now. Still got a long way left to go. And OKC has been a second-half team this season, so I would not count out the Thunder one bit right now, despite down by 12. They were down early on against the Nuggets in that Game 7. They came back and they won. Ant-Man's determined tonight. He's got 12 points in 7 minutes. Couple dunks he's got in the fast break. One of those off a steal. Randall with 4. A big-time 3 by DiVincenzo. McDaniels has 2. Thunder yet to get going. 4 points by Hardenstein. 3 by Holmgren. 2 by SGA. They're just not playing their game right now. They're selling for way too many threes for OKC. That's not their style. You gotta play downhill, attack, put the defense into foul trouble. They haven't done that so far. Yeah, it's been an off start for Oklahoma City. 1 for 6 from the perimeter, 4 for 11 from the floor. Usually that ratio, if they attempt like 11 shot attempts, usually they only attempt like two or three threes by that point of the game, not 6. 6 3-point shot attempts for them by this rate of the game. That's way too much. Yo, welcome into you guys that's new here to the stream. Bulldog, welcome in. We got Louisiana on the stream. Welcome aboard. Hit us up in the chat who you guys like to win this game tonight here. Thunder or T-Wolves as we're on the timeout. Rogelio, welcome in. He's liking T-Wolves to take this one. Yeah, going into this game, I took the Thunder to take this one, but I wouldn't mind seeing like a deep series because it gives more opportunities here to cover these two teams instead of like if it ends up in a sweep, then there's going to be a lot of rest before the finals. If both the Thunder and the Pacers series ends in sweep, there won't be another 9 days from the end of the conference finals until the NBA finals. We come back to action right now. Inbound goes to OKC. Cason Wallace hands it off to J-Dub. J-Dub at the left elbow. Dribbles back around the perimeter. Slides it off to his right to Wallace. Wallace dribbles up, drives, floats it up over the top. Couldn't finish as Hardenstein missed it off the rim. No good in the alley-oop dunk. Back it goes to the T-Wolves. Anthony Edwards takes on Caruso, gets past him, guarded by Wallace at the top. Ant-Man slides it off to Naz Reid. He's going to have to make an impact here starting in the series as Reid takes on Caruso, and Caruso picks up the reach and foul off the loose ball. It's a tough call right there going against Caruso. Really tough call. Looked like Reid had just completely went wide, lost it off the dribble. They should have let him play on right there. Michael, welcome back in, man. Thanks for joining back in. What a game that was last night. Inbound to McDaniels. Off to DiVincenzo at the top. Slides it off to Edwards. Edwards dribbles up top of the key. Off to the left wing. Randall. Jab step. Randall open with a 3 off the back room. No good. Hardenstein completely slipped trying to close out Randall, and Randall couldn't make the uncontested open 3. Deep 2 jumper. A tough shot. No good off the mark there by SGA. Goes right back over to Minnesota. Naz Reid sends it off to Edwards. Edwards dribbles up past Caruso at the right wing. He's met by Hardenstein 101. Brings along a double team as SGA comes along. Beats Hardenstein at the top. Spin cycle. Gets it out to his left. Naz Reid with a 3 and he drills it. That's his first made 3 of the playoff series for Naz Reid on his 15th shot attempt against the Thunder in this series. An 11-zip run for the T-Wolves. 3.5 left to go here in the first quarter. Jalen Williams at the top, dribbles up, bounce pass, right corner 3, Caruso with a rainbow, off the mark, no good, battle for the rebound, and a loose ball foul charged to the T-Wolves here. That's on McDaniels. Yeah, kind of shocking right now with the score on the board being 24-9. Inbound off to OKC. SGA inside the key, outside off to Caruso. Left baseline jumper. Caruso with an opening. Missed off the mark. No good. Contested by Reid. Back it goes to Minnesota. Minnesota really ramping up defensively in this game right now, contesting everything. DiVincenzo lob off his pass deflected right into the ABC broadcast crew, Mike Breen. on the call for this matchup for ABC as it get deflected right to the front row right there, the broadcast crew. Inbound back to Minnesota. Ant-Man at the right wing, target center, dribbles up on top, launches the three straight away, off the mark, no good. Chet Holmgren collects the defensive rebound. This has been a stunning one so far. Oklahoma City's missed 6 straight shot attempts from the floor. 4+ minute scoring drought right now for the Thunder. Caruso at the left corner. Bounce pass through traffic. Got deflected out of bounds off of Nikhil. Man, that was almost picked off. Almost picked off there. Trying to take it a distance by Nikhil. Just couldn't handle it in the court of play. Inbound back to SGA. Gilgeous-Alexander off a double team and he gets stolen away. Rudy Gobert with a steal. SGA follows Gobert. 2 free throws coming up in the line for Rudy. Man, have the tables have turned or what right now in this first quarter? Holy smokes, the turnover issues for Oklahoma City. 5 turnovers in quarter number 1. Minnesota with 0. Looks like a completely different team compared to the first 2 games. Wow, this is what makes the playoffs so great. Minnesota was just, they had no clue what was going on in the first 2 games. A lot of question marks by their team on 0 offensive flow against OKC, getting locked up in Game 1 and Game 2. And tonight, they have done the opposite, and their defense has locked up OKC. First free throw is good by Gobert. Second free throw off the rim short. Edwards with an offensive rebound. 3 rebounds right now in the opening quarter by Ant-Man. Edwards at the top. Edwards dribbles up, drives on the home ground, bobbled it, lost it, turnover. Out of the pack goes Isaiah Joe right now with possession. Across the floor, Caruso, cross-court pass, Wallace, right baseline dribble, slides it on top. Caruso, open 3, kaboom, he sinks it. Needed that right there. That stops a 5+ minute scoring drought, 25-12. That's a huge shot there by Caruso. 13-point game, a timeout by the T-Wolves. They burned their second timeout in the night with 2:16 in the first. Still a long time left to go in this game. And Oklahoma City's been a second-half team all throughout the course of the season. They were down in that Game 7 by double digits early on by Denver, and they destroyed them. So still, yeah, we got a long way left to go. And for a Minnesota team that has yet to play the full 48, then they knew the best thing that they could do. You got to get ahead, stay ahead. And that's what they're doing right now for Minnesota. For a team that's completely been gassed in the second half and has drawn zeros in the second half, trying to figure out the OKC defense, because OKC has done a tremendous job making adjustments in half number 2. Minnesota has just had question mark after question mark trying to respond to that and have yet to respond to that in half number 2 so far this series. 12 points. I take that back. I said 3 rebounds a while ago. He's up to 5 right now for Edwards. That's insane. 12 points, 5 rebounds right now for Ant-Man. 4 points by Randall, 3 off the bench each by Reed and DiVincenzo, the 2 guys that needed to step up. And that's a positive sign that they made an early 3 in this game right now. 2 by McDaniels. Gobert's got 2 steals. SGA, only 2 points for him so far today. But before you know it, he's a second-half player. He can score in bunches for SGA. So he's only got 2. His team's down by 13. Still got a long time left to go. Reed out to the corner. Off to Nikhil Alexander-Walker. Missed the 3 off. It's a rebound, Gobert. He soars up and he dunks it. Good sign there for Rudy. Guy that's been limited offensively all throughout the course of the series. Just put in a slam dunk. 3 points, 2 rebounds by Rudy Gobert. Caruso steps into the open 3 off the back rim. No good. Holmgren soars up for the offensive rebound, and the reach and foul charged to Naz Reid. Yeah, OKC right now with 5 turnovers in the first quarter, so it's been tough so far, but still, Long way left to go. Minnesota's got 1. OKC leads the league in steals this season. And they're like having a historic playoff as like the top team ever in the entire playoffs to force turnovers to opponents. So once they start to force turnovers and rack up steals in this game, things will flip the switch in their favor. But right now, those threes are dropping. Minnesota's had a lot of first half success in the three-point shooting department. Nickeil Alexander-Walker buries the 3, 30-12. Chet Holmgren down the lane, soars up, and he throws it down with a two-handed flush. Final minute left to go in the first. 16-point game. Chet's got 5 right now. Nickeil, bounce pass. That missed the mark. That's a turnover. That's what you cannot do if you're Minnesota. That's a big possession when you're up by 16 that they just wasted. Just a poor bounce pass there where nobody was remotely close to the ball. SGA with possession. He takes on his cousin Nickeil as the primary defender. 1-on-1, now switch guarded by Reed. Outside finds Joe. Launches the 3 off the back of no good. Naz Reed controls the defensive rebound. T-Wolves up by 16 with the basketball. They came out drilling threes to start off this game for Minnesota. Right now, 5 for 12 from the perimeter. Ant-Man looking for number 6, and he drills it. 6 for 13 as a team in the first quarter. 33-14 Minnesota. Anthony Edwards on another gear right now tonight. 15 points by Ant-Man in the opening quarter. Inbound for OKC. Ant-Man 6 for 8 from the floor, and he knew in order to win this game, he needs to drop 40 plus right now. .1 seconds left. Got some substitutions in here for the Thunder. Ant-Man with 15, the rest of the team with 18. And OKC just turned it over. Yeah, they turned it over with under 12 seconds left. That's now their 6th turnover. Inbound back to Minnesota. Edge of the midcourt logo here for Ant-Man. Crossover, takes on Lou Dort, attacks inside the paint. Edwards drives to the teeth of the defense, gets fouled. 2 free throws coming up here with 4 seconds. Anthony Edwards, absolute machine tonight in this game, looking to force a Game 5 in the series. That's on Cason Wallace, who reached in. Two shots by Edwards, no good. First one left it off the rim as it went out. McDaniels will check in here and place Naz Reed. What's good? Suge Bat on the street. Welcome in. Second shot by Edwards. That is good. 34-14. Final seconds left to go in the first as Jalen Williams, he attacks downhill to the rim. Missed the layup, and we close out the end of the first. 34-14. Minnesota needed everything to go right in their direction. That's done exactly that so far tonight here. The Thunder with the fewest amount of points that they've scored so far in this series right now. I believe it's the fewest that they scored in the playoffs as well. 34-14, fewest that they've scored after one quarter. That is 20-point lead by Minnesota through one quarter. Man, couldn't ask for a better start right there. Ant-Man just on another gear so far. 16 points by Ant-Man. Plus 20 on the floor. 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal. He played the entire quarter. They got guys that have been drilling threes left and right. Julius Randle with 4 points. And then a 3 made each by Naz Reid, Dante DiVincenzo, and Nikhil Alexander-Walker. They're responsible for 9 points combined off the bench, 3 points each. OKC, Caruso with a 3. They only have 3 points off the bench so far. Good sign to see. Rudy Gobert's got 3 for Minnesota fans out there, and 2 by McDaniels. Hey, what's good? We got Ice Ice Baby. Welcome back in once again. Chet Holmgren, he's got 5. 4 by Hardenstein. SGA, yet to show up so far today. 2 points. Played the entire first quarter. Minus 19 at the end of 1 for SGA. 3 points off the bench by Caruso. Still got a long way left to go in this game. Thunder are outscoring Minnesota in the second half. 130-93. So it's a 37-point difference in the second half scoring. Hey, what's good, James? Welcome back in. Thanks for joining for the Philippines. Got 130 plus right now watching. If you guys enjoy the stream, feel free to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Just an off first quarter for Oklahoma City. A lot of turnover issues for them. 6 turnovers for OKC. They had a lob that Hardenstein should have dunked down. Wasn't able to connect in the slam dunk there off the alley-oop. Not playing into their style right now for OKC. They have to play their style of basketball, which is driving, attacking the defense, playing downhill. They've been attempting quite a bit of threes so far. They're not a great three-point shooting team. 2 for 11 from the perimeter, 6 for 21 from the floor right now, only 29% shooting, even worse at 18% from 3. Minnesota lights out, 56.5%, 6 for 13 from the perimeter, 13 for 23 from the floor. They get guys that's been open, and those open shots have translated into 3-point connections for them. Hey, thanks for joining in, David. Appreciate you here for finding the channel and being a part here to stream. Really appreciate it, bud. And appreciate with the update there for Jeffrey. Looks like Baltimore's up against the Red Sox right now, 2-1. Yeah, Orioles having a tough season. I think they fired their manager last week or the week before. And Colorado Rockies, holy smokes. I think there's something like 8-42, like historically bad. Like they're on pace to be the worst team ever in MLB history, dating back to what I saw. I think it was like 1897, like before the 1900s. Terrence Shannon comes off the bench, contacted by Jalen Williams, number 6 that is, and got the shot to drop inside the key, plus the foul. 36-14, Minnesota 37 as he buries the free throw. Terrence Shannon, the rookie out of Illinois, on a 3-point play off the bench. Man, what a start for the T-Wolves. I honestly thought the Thunder, based on like how the series was going, would take this game. Not looking good right now. Thunder keep on attempting threes. They keep on breaking. Missed off the rim by Jalen Williams. Back it goes to Minnesota. Conley slides it off to the right wing. Shannon towards his left around the perimeter. Hand off to Reed. Reed puts the ball into the hands of Randall. Cross-court pass. Shannon dribbles up. Jumper. 15-footer. Swash. Terrence Shannon Jr., a rookie, buries a 15-foot J. 25-point lead. Thunder in trouble right now as they attack the paint with Jalen Williams. Couldn't finish it off. The layup got fouled, though. And 2 free throws coming up by J-Dub at the line for the Thunder. Wow, this is stunning. Absolutely stunning right now. Terrence Shannon. 5 points in the opening minute for him tonight off the bench. Big props there to head coach Chris Finch going with a change of a player in the rotation. In Oklahoma City, they haven't scouted out a guy like Shannon. He hasn't popped up on any of the scouting reports or anything. They probably don't have any film on him because they weren't anticipating a guy like Terrence Shannon, a rookie, to enter a single game of this series unless it was a blowout. And right now, Terrence Shannon seizing the opportunity, 60% from the floor right now for Minnesota. Randall, drive, kick, corner, three, Terrence Shannon, no good off the side of the rim. A rebound secured by Jalen Williams, number 6, up the floor, number 8, J-Dub, and J-Dub again gets contacted by Conley and fouled. 2 more free throws coming up here for J-Dub for the Thunder. Man, this game is ugly right now. Ugly, ugly. I'll be back live tomorrow night covering Pacers against Knicks. If you'd like to come on back, feel free to do so. First shot's good. Usually the Thunder aren't the type of team that gets blown out. They don't get blown out too often, not this season. Their losses in the playoffs have come by close losses. A 2-point loss against Denver in Game 1. A 9-point loss in overtime in Game 3 to Denver. And then a 12-point loss in Game 6 at Denver. Those are the only 3 losses that they've got in the playoffs after they swept Memphis in the opening rounds. And then looking back at their regular season, they only had 14 total losses. They had a lot of close losses that they lost this year, so they really haven't got blown out this year. This game is still a far ways away from being completed, but in terms of blowouts, this is the games that they had this year that they lost in the regular season. They started off 7-0 before they lost at the Thunder 124-122 on November 6th. They lost by 11 against Golden State, lost by 2 against Dallas, lost by 6 to San Antonio. Mike Conley goes down, takes the charge. It's going back to Minnesota. It's an offensive foul charge to Jalen Williams. An illegal screen he sets as he knocks down Mike Conley. A 3-point loss against Houston. They lost to the Bucks. That was in the championship game of the Cup tournament on December 17th. National TV audience, they lost that game 97-81. That was like the rare time this season that they got blown out, was on national TV in the Cup championship game against the Bucks. Missed runner by Terrence Shannon off a hook shot. It goes right back over to OKC here. J-Dub at the right wing perimeter. J-Dub dribbles up to the right elbow, weaves his way inside the key. J-Dub sends it outside to Jalen Williams, number 6. Handoff around the perimeter. Wiggins outside. J-Will slides it off to his right to Caruso. Caruso dribbles up inside the key. Caruso, turnaround jumper. No good, air ball. Jalen Williams goes up, gets fouled. 2 free throws. That is number 6 coming up in the line from Arkansas, as he got followed by DiVincenzo going up with 0.4 on the shot clock. Thunder lost their second game against Cleveland, 129-122 on January 8th. They lost by 8 against the Mavs, lost by 6 against the Mavs, lost by 7 against Golden State, lost by 15 at Minnesota on February 13th, lost to Minnesota again on February 24th by 3 in overtime, lost to the Nuggets by 13 on March 10th, lost the Rockets by 14 on April 4th, and then their worst loss came against the Lakers in the game that the Lakers needed to win to build up seeding, and the Thunder had basically, they wrapped up the 1 seed by that time. They lost to the Lakers by 27 points on April 6th. They had already secured a 1 seed, and the Lakers were playing for playoff seeding. So that's the worst loss of the season for OKC. It was on April 6th, 126-99. A 27-point loss, which was meaningless for them in the playoff standings because they already secured a 1 seed. 19-point game right now. Mike Conley, step back jumper, foot was on the line. He splashes it. They're going to roll to 2 right now. It's 41-20 for Mike Conley. According to ABC, they're going to roll to 3 right now. That should change. That looked like 1 foot clearly was on the 3-point line. He should be docked a point there for Mike Conley. They'll probably get that point coming up during the next timeouts. As it stands right now, the score is 42-20. Do not be shocked if they change this score. Yeah, that front left foot looks like it's an inch on the 3-point line. I want to see that closer. If ABC can show a replay that closer, which they will not. Right now, it stands a 22-point lead. This could change. Inbound back to OKC. Jumper, J-Dub. That's way off the mark. They're just settling for so many threes. DiVincenzo, long rebound, track down out of bounds with it. It'll stay Thunder ball. Sloppy game right now for OKC. Just settling way too much for them. They're not playing their style. You gotta play your style. The style of their team this season's been drive, play downhill, attack. They're just shooting up boulders right now. Minnesota, 47% from 3. 7 for 15 from the perimeter, 57% from the floor as Oklahoma City turns it over. Up the floor transition, it is Shannon who scores the layup. A 24-point lead for Minnesota in a timeout by Oklahoma City. Just a really off game by the Thunder right now. Oklahoma City is playing their worst game of the entire season tonight. And Minnesota is making them pay, playing a really good game tonight, getting contributions off the bench by a rookie from Illinois, Terrence Shannon. 7 points off the bench. They have 16 total bench points. OKC was just 5 off the bench. Shocking game right now. Oklahoma City. Everybody has a bad day, but holy smokes, this looks like it's looking like they're on the verge of a terrible day right now in this game. We still get a second half that has to be played, but this is not good right now for OKC. They're really just having a completely off game tonight. 6 for 24 shooting, 2 for 13 from 3. They've attempted 13 threes and 11 twos. That's not themselves. That ratio is much smaller. Yeah, usually on 24 shot attempts, the Thunder will attempt around like 5 or 6 threes, not 13. The inability to make a three, they haven't been known as a good perimeter shooting team. They generate points when they force turnovers, they attack, they play downhill, they're excellent out in transition. They're getting none of that right now. They're turning over the basketball themselves, and they can't force turnovers, is what they thrive upon. Wow, this is completely shocking. Anthony Edwards came out here. He completely set the tone. And they got guys that keep on following his lead. Answering the call. Terrence Shannon. 7 points in 3 minutes for the rookie. If you guys are new to the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. I was hoping and praying for extra games in these playoff series because I don't want to sweep in both of these playoff series matchups. If that happens, then if both of these series matchups end up in sweeps, then there's going to be a full 9 days of rest before the end of the conference finals into the NBA finals. The NBA finals don't start until June 5th. Right now, it's May 24th. We've still got quite a bit of time before the start of the NBA Finals. What's good, Warren? Welcome back in. Mr. Smiley on the stream, welcome in. Tobes, thanks for joining in. Tobes taking OKC for this one. Yeah, hit us up in the chat. Who you guys like to win tonight here? Thunder or T-Wolves? And, man, Minnesota looking good right now. They needed everybody to make solid contributions tonight, take care of the basketball, make shots. They're doing that right now. And on the other side, Oklahoma City, where they had their big three show up in Game 1 and Game 2, an excellent game out of each SGA, Jalen Williams and Jet Holmgren tonight. Nobody's been able to find their rhythm at all. Yeah, that would really make it interesting. Gonna have to close it out tonight for Minnesota. So nothing is given, everything is earned. They've shown that they've been an excellent first half team so far this series. That's an air ball taken at the elbow by J-Dub. Here goes Minnesota right out of the pack. Terrence Shannon attacks the defense, goes up, gets fouled. 2 free throws coming up here at the line for Terrence Shannon. Man, Terrence Shannon's giving this T-Wolves squad a burst of energy off the bench. James, welcome back in. That's classic there. Yeah, hopefully the Knicks can start to bounce back in that series. I would love both of these conference finals to go 7 games. I think right now, based on the 2-0 series leads that these two teams have, it's going to be tough to do so, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, OKC has actually been dropping the ball tonight so far. Oklahoma City's played a terrible game. Both of the free throws are good. A bunch of turnovers. 7-zip run of the T-Wolves. A bunch of turnovers for OKC. They have 8 turnovers. Minnesota with 3. Holmgren inside the key. No good off the mark. Rebound ripped away by Naz Reid. The role player's been excellent so far today. Terrence Shannon has come out of nowhere in this game. Hook shot, no good off the mark. Missed the shot, deflected out of bounds, and it went off of Shannon. Terrence Shannon off the bench. 9 points tonight in 4 minutes. He's just given the T-Wolves an extra boost of energy. That's what you love to see in the playoffs, is that you turn to the bench and they answer the call. That's the best possible scenario. And now if you're Chris Finch, you know you got another player that he can be relied upon come playoff time. He's been able to play in big games before. SGA will check back in. SGA just 2 points, played the entire first quarter, checks back in as he was on the bench for the first 4 minutes to start off the second quarter. He has just checked back in after sitting for the first 4 minutes. Terrence Shannon comes out for Minnesota. Standing ovation by the T-Wolves fans at the Target Center. 9 points in 4 minutes by Shannon, the rookie out of Illinois. Naz Reid, guarded by Hardenstein, drives on Hardenstein inside the key. Runner by Reid, and he splashes it. Naz Reid stepping up tonight for Minnesota. 28-point lead. Oklahoma City in trouble. SGA drives, kick out to the wing. Wiggins jacks up the 3, rattles in. It's good for the 3 ball. There's a start right there for Oklahoma City. McDaniels out the elbow, push pass out to the wing. Conley lace up the 3, swash. Oh, that's a really good sign to see Mike Conley Jr. sizzle the triple. 51-23. 7:13 left to go before halftime. This game's a blowout. Man. That film session by Minnesota worked. These guys are dialed in together. 16 by Ant-Man. The bench is going crazy. Shannon off the bench with 9. Naz Reid with 5 off the bench. DiVincenzo with 3 off the bench. Nikhil's got 3 off the bench. 20 bench points combined compared to 8 by the Thunder. Everybody scoring. That's 9 different scores for Minnesota. 59% shooting, 19 for 32. The number 1 defense in the NBA, but non-existent. This is stunning. Absolutely stunning. In Oklahoma City, taking a lot of tough shots, taking a lot more 3-point shots than they usually do, taking a lot of low percentage contested shots for them, shooting 25%. This is absolutely shocking. Wow, SGA yet to show up. 13 minutes, 2 points, a -22. 1 for 5 from the floor. We got ourselves a series if Minnesota can keep on sustaining this. Wow. We've really got ourselves a series here. I thought that we'd expect a comeback. Maybe it wouldn't shock me if Oklahoma City does chip into this deficit in the second half, but this is looking like it's way too much. A 28-point lead. This looks like it's way too much tonight. Yeah, if you guys are joining in, this is just flat out shocking. Terrence Shannon off the bench, bringing energy to the T-Wolves tonight. He has 9 points in 4 minutes. Ant-Man had 16 in the opening quarter. Naz Reid's got 5. 5 points, 5 rebounds by Reed. Solid contributions out of Reed so far today. Mike Conley with 6. Those are the two guys that really needed to step it up. And they've stepped it up a ton today. Yeah, Randall got a couple buckets. Randall was really good in like the opening couple minutes. He's got 4 points. He hasn't scored since like the 8-minute mark though in the opening quarter for him. If you're new to the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. And no, this is not a typo. It's a 28-point lead right now by Minnesota on their home floor at the Target Center. Standing ovation by the crowd once Terrence Shannon checked out of the game. And Terrence Shannon, they know in the future they get an extra guy that they can rely upon. A playoff career high in this first half with 9 points. That's all in the second quarter. He had 9 points in 4 minutes in the second quarter. The Oklahoma City defense just does not look like themselves right now. SGA on the floor with Holmgren. Hardenstein dunks it off the roll down plus the foul. And one coming up by Hardenstein. It's on Naz Reid who picked up the shooting foul. Now, that's a strong dunk there by Hardenstein. He just put Reid on a poster over the top. Free throw by Hardenstein. That's off the rim short. Reid collects his 6th rebound in this game. 5.6 boards by Naz Reid. Mike Conley on the floor with Randall, Naz Reid, Ant-Man, Jaden McDaniels. Randall, kick out to the corner, off to McDaniels, dribbles towards his right, inside the key, follow-away over Holmgren. That's a tough shot, missed it off the rim short. Rebound secured by SGA. SGA on the floor with Hardenstein, Wiggins, Holmgren, and Lou Dort. Missed 3 at the top of the key by SGA. They were getting out of their style instead of going downhill. They were attempting way too many threes. Gonna play in your style right now if you're Oklahoma City. You know that if you get an and one, like if you finish, scored a basket and get an and one, it's the same as a 3 there. That's what they've done well so far all throughout the course of the season for OKC is get those and ones mostly to drop. Naz Reid scores the hook shot. 53-25. He's got 7. Man. Naz Reid driving right over Chet Holmgren. High off the glass, put it up and in off the window. And Chet Holmgren, ooh, a little bit slow right there. To get up, he had to tie his shoe. Looked like he had slipped on the floor as he was defending Reid. Bad pass by SGA. As the shot clock winds down, it's a turnover charge to Oklahoma City. Man, this has been a brutal game for OKC. That's on SGA and that turnover. That was actually on him. That was an up and down for SGA. So that was before the shot clock went off. That's bad. SGA with just 2 points right now. Edwards dribbles on Dort, tripped up by Dort and fouled. Yeah, this is not good right now for OKC. But this is how champions are made. A couple of years back when Golden State won the championship, they had a terrible Game 5 against Memphis where they were down by 55 points against Memphis. Luckily, this game isn't that bad right now. They're down by 28. But yeah, if you guys remember that game 2022 in the, I think it was the second round of the playoffs or the conference finals, Golden State, they were down by 50 plus points against Memphis, and then they came back and closed out the series in 6. Yeah, that was in the second round. Swoosh on a 3 made by SGA as he takes it up the floor and drills it. 53-28. Still got a long way left to go in this game. Mike Conley puts the ball into the hands to Ant-Man. Anthony Edwards at the top. He takes on Lou Dort 1-on-1. Edwards turns the corner, dribbles, drives right down the lane inside. Kick out to the wing. Naz Reid shoots the 3. Laser beam from the perimeter by Reid. Bang, bang from the outside. 31-point game. Naz Reid with 10, showing up in a big way today. SGA attacking the paint. We'll head to the free throw line here as he got fouled. We'll shoot 2. Naz Reid creating space out on the perimeter. This is just flat out shocking that we're seeing tonight, this score that's on the scoreboard right now. First shot's good by SGA. If you're new in the stream, we got 200 plus watching. Smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. I appreciate everybody for being a part here on the channel tonight. And hopefully this game will start to get much better throughout the course of the night. Right now, not so much. 27-point lead. Oklahoma City will go in number 25, who checks in Jay Mitchell. First time on the floor tonight for the Thunder for Mitchell. Free throw is good. 26-point game. 5 minutes left to go before halftime. Naz Reid picked up his 3rd personal foul, so he's been excellent with 10 points off the bench. A little bit of foul trouble for him tonight, though. Randall out to the corner, right baseline dribble McDaniels, gives it off to Gobert, outside finds Nikhil, up fake Nikhil, dribbles up inside Nikhil, runner, 12 feet away, swash! Nikhil Alexander Walker swishes down the floater. 28-point lead for the T-Wolves. They keep on hitting shots at a high clip in this game as SGA pulls up from 15 feet deep and drills it. Ant-Man crosses midcourt. Edwards takes on Dort. On top finds Gobert. Hand off to Edwards. Edwards switched guarded by Hardenstein around the perimeter. Edwards dribbles, drives, jumper, 15-footer. Left it off the rim, no good. Rebound secure by J-Dub for the Thunder. Hardenstein kick out quarter 3 of Jay Mitchell. No good off the mark as Edwards controls the defensive rebound. Anthony Edwards once again up the floor. Bounce pass off to Randall. To the corner finds Nikhil. Left baseline Jimmel. Nikhil inside the key. Nikhil Alexander Walker. Got it plus the foul. And one coming up. Absorbed the contact from a Jay Mitchell. And Nikhil is going to shoot one coming up here at the free throw line. Anthony Edwards already with 6 rebounds in the opening half for Ant-Man. Everybody pulling their weight right now for Minnesota. What a game for the T-Wolves, responding back in a big way. Nikhil missed around the rim and out on the free throw. 29-8 points off the bench in favor of the T-Wolves. This score right now is absolutely shocking. SGA, bounce pass, right corner, open 3 of Jay Mitchell, bricks it again. It's rebound number 7, hauled in by Edwards. Edwards up the floor. Edwards at the corner, double team, sends it off to Randall. Randall on a Jay Mitchell. That's a mismatch outside to the wing. Wide open 3. Jaden McDaniels off the mark, no good. Gobert battle for the rebound, off his fingertips out of bounds. Gobert signaling challenge. Chris Finch, is he going to take this time out right now? Chris Finch is thinking about it. Oh, he's thinking about it. Oh, he's going to challenge. Minnesota going to challenge possession of the basketball right now. 3:25 left to go before halftime. Rudy Gobert bobbled it. Oh! They've reversed it. Yeah, they reversed it. They looked at that quick. And it's been reversed. It was off of Lou Dort. Quickly reversed there. Within seconds. Inbound Gobert. Spin move Gobert. Off the rim. No good. McDaniels. No good. Again. Goes up. Gets fouled. 2 free throws coming up there at the free throw line. He wanted to finish that one. Man, he wanted to finish that so badly for McDaniels to be up by 30. Almost had a putback dunk. It came off the rim. He got it back. He out-hustled Lou Dort for the loose ball rebound, but he couldn't finish through contact either way. Dort picked up the follow from behind, and McDaniels will shoot 2 free throws. What's good, CJ? Welcome in from the Philippines. Thanks for joining in, bud. What a game from Minnesota. Bounce back city so far this first half. Second shot is good. Both of them went down at the free throw line. 30-point lead for the T-Wolves. They're making this a series. Chet Holmgren pops up for three. Off the back rim, no good. A rebound ripped away by Edwards. Anthony Edwards, 8 rebounds currently in the opening half as we're down to 3 minutes left to go before halftime. He's been a rebound machine in this playoffs. Edwards slides it off to his right to McDaniels. Off to Edwards. Edwards, low block. Jumper connects on it. It is good for 2 by Ant-Man. 18 and 8 tonight by Anthony Edwards. 32-point lead for Minnesota. Really impressive. Follow away. SGA bounced off the rim, no good. Rebound ripped away by Gobert. Minnesota with possession right now. Crossing midcourt. Ant-Man bounce past the elbow. Randall pivot. Randall trying to throw down the poster dunk over Jalen Williams. Couldn't do so, but over the top, he was able to put it into the cylinder. Through for 2. A timeout taken to the floor by Oklahoma City. A 34-point lead for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Champions know how to bounce back when they lose by 40 or 50 points. Golden State lost by 50-plus points to Memphis on their championship run in the playoffs in 2022. The game after that, they bounced back. They closed out the series in 6. That was a Game 5 loss that they got obliterated in. Tonight, Minnesota making a response for the life to hang in this playoffs and to prove all the doubters wrong. 66-32 right now. An emotional game for Minnesota. Coming at a big time. Playing the game of their lives right now on the floor. Holy smokes. We got a series. I'm hoping it goes to 7. That would be amazing. That would be amazing if it goes to 7. $66-32. NBA is really getting the bang for their buck. Back to action. Thunder with possession. Everything is completely gone wrong for the Thunder tonight, whereas everything is completely gone right for the T-Wolves. Isaiah Joe at the left wing perimeter, boosting on top to J-Dub. J-Dub takes on the keel, dribbles up to the elbow. J-Dub, switch guard by Gobert on the outside, finds Joe. Joe with a tough 3, no good. Contested off the mark. Offensive rebound off to Wallace, slicing the fenders. J-Dub attacks the rack, gets fouled. 2 free throws coming up here at the line for Jalen Williams as Nickeil Alexander-Walker's the one who picked up the foul. They're just not playing their style tonight. They're attempting way too many threes. Settling for so many shots that they usually don't attempt. 37 total shots. 20 of those shots have been 3-point shot attempts. They're 4 for 20 from 3. They're 10 for 37 from the floor. And it's just not themselves. When you attempt 37 shots right now, like the Thunder have done, usually at this rate of the game, they attempt only like 7 or 8 threes. They don't attempt 20 threes. That's not their style. They go downhill. They attack the rim. And they split the free throws there with J-Dub. 2 minutes left to go before halftime. Yeah, I would love to see Terrence Shannon get some more minutes as the series goes on. Well deserved by him. 9 points in the second quarter in 4 minutes. He has really earned the playing time, and hopefully he'll keep on being called upon going forward as the runner is good by Minnesota, 68-33. Yeah, it's always great, especially when you find a guy that can step up and provide depth off the bench that you turn to off the bench. That's a really good sign moving forward for Minnesota as Jalen Williams tees up the triple. 8 points right now for J-Dub, 68-36. The number 1 defense has got lit up in this entire first half. Edwards, jumper, cans it. It's a 16-footer right down the netting. That was a great stroke right there by Ant-Man. As we approach the final minute left to go in the second quarter. SGA, been silent, kick out to the corner, almost a turnover. Joe able to snatch it at the baseline, shovel pass. Holmgren goes up, gets fouled. It's on Gobert. 2 free throws here by Chet Holmgren. The number 1 defense in the league gives up 70 at halftime. Just stunning. Two free throws by Chet. First one's good. Yeah, this is so difficult to come on back in this game. I'm interested to see what OKC does. I think probably the first 6 minutes in the third quarter will determine how long their starters get pulled or keep on continuing in the game. 57% shooting, 29% from three. The thing is that they're great enough defensively where they can still come out and somehow hold Minnesota to below 105 for the final score. They're that great defensively that they can limit Minnesota to 15 points each in the third and fourth quarter. It's just 38 points on the scoreboard right now. I don't think that's going to be enough to reach 90, never mind 100, to have a shot based in this rate. I'm not sure with their offense, based on that they can't force turnovers tonight. That's their specialty. That they're just inefficient. That you're looking at Oklahoma City finishing up probably around 80 points or so at the end of this game by this rate. They're probably going to score around 80 to 85 points for their final score tonight. Second free throw is good, 72 to 38. And now, if they're bound for 80 or 85 points, Minnesota only needs 8 points, or anywhere from like 8 to 13 points basically to win this game. It's another turnover by OKC. Bad pass sailed to the corner out of bounds. 30 seconds left to go before halftime, and Edwards turns it over as Caruso disrupted the play, and Edwards coughed it up at midcourt. Most points in any half in playoff franchise history tonight for Minnesota with 72. Right now, OKC with possession. SGA slides it off to Williams. Williams on a three. He hits it. Jalen Williams from the outside. 15 seconds left to go. 72 to 41. It would have to be an epic collapse in half two for OKC to come on back and win this one. And they are a plus 37 through 2 games in half number 2 against Minnesota. They've been the second half team all year long. Nikhil missed the layup. A rebound ripped away by SGA. Full court shot at the buzzer. Hits the top of the glass. And we close out go to halftime. 72 to 41 as we enter halftime here. And, yeah, this is absolutely stunning tonight. The score right now that's on the scoreboard. Oklahoma City, a lot of poor shot selection being displayed by them today. It's been shocking. And Ant-Man, he ain't going to go down in the sweep. And tonight, Ant-Man, he is ready. And he is playing lights out for Anthony Edwards. As we're through one half in the books here, not even close. 31-point lead for Minnesota. Gregory, welcome in. He's like an OKC in a shootout there. 124-121 to take Game 7. If you guys are new to the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well. Minnesota has been outscored by 37 points in the first 2 games in the series. Right now, they're up by 31 currently, going into half. And everything went correct for the T-Wolves. Everything in that first half. Everything that you needed to go right for them went right for them. Anthony Edwards, big time first half for Ant-Man. 20 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, and a steal. 10 points by Julius Randle. 10 points by Naz Reid. Terrence Shannon, an excellent game by him off the bench, giving Chris Finch an extra body to rely upon throughout the course of the playoffs. 9 points in 4 minutes for Terrence Shannon. 29 bench points for Minnesota. At halftime, the Thunder were just 8. 29-8 off the bench. Thunder with a lot of turnover issues. Minnesota's been reversed tonight, done a great job taking care of the basketball. And the Thunder, what they do well is forcing turnovers and driving upon points in transition off those turnovers tonight. That's been non-existent so far. 6-2 in the fast break in favor of Minnesota. 10 turnovers by OKC, 4 turnovers by the T-Wolves at halftime. 13-6 points off turnovers in favor of Minnesota. And just Oklahoma City's getting clearly outplayed in every single facet tonight in this game. Minnesota plus 10 on the glass, 27-17. 15 assists to 4 turnovers for the T-Wolves. 7 assists to 10 turnovers by the Thunder at halftime. Minnesota's shooting the cover off the ball, 56% by the T-Wolves, 30% by the Thunder. And OKC isn't playing their style tonight. They usually drive, play downhill, attack the rim, get you into foul trouble. Tonight, they're just settling for way too many threes. 12 for 40 from the floor by OKC. 23 of those shot attempts have been threes. 17 shot attempts have been twos. They're 6 for 23 from the perimeter. 6 for 17 from 2. It was the Thunder, I believe. I'll go back to the play-by-play log. I believe it was Hardenstein who scored the first basket. Yep, it was Hardenstein on an alley-oop from Chet Holmgren, who lobbed it up to Hardenstein. Hardenstein had the first 2 baskets of the game. It was 4-0 for OKC in the opening minute. So Minnesota didn't score until 1 minute and 17 seconds in. Julius Randle made the first shot for Minnesota. It was 4-0 for OKC in the first minute and 17 seconds. But at the end of the quarter, it was 34-14 Minnesota. OKC went on like a 6-minute scoring drought in the first quarter. Absolutely shocking tonight. The number 1 defense is completely got lit up. This is the most first half points ever in franchise history in a playoff game in the first half for Minnesota. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well if you'd like to be notified for future live streams in the channel. Joe, welcome in, man. Things going pretty well. Yeah, this is pretty much a major shock right now. Absolutely a major shock. SGA is going to step it up here. 9 points in 20 minutes, a minus 25 by SGA. Jalen Williams with 11. Chet Holmgren's got 7. Hardenstein with 6. Not really anything out of the bench tonight. Caruso with 3. Wiggins with 3. Jalen Williams has 2. Just 1 steal this entire game for a team that's been able to rack up and be scrappy and force multiple turnovers. Tonight, just 1 steal that they forced. Yeah, 29-8 for the T-Wolves off their bench. And Shannon, what a start for him. 9 points by Shannon in 4 minutes. Naz Reid needed to have an excellent game, and he's responded back with a good game tonight. 10 points by Reid, 7 by Nikhil, 3 by DiVincenzo. I thought based on the way that these two teams are playing, I thought the Thunder would take it. I was seeing this as a sweep based on the first 2 games because Minnesota looked completely clueless against the Thunder's defense. This is a big reversal. Oh my. Like, if this was game 1 of the series, I don't even know what I would think if this was game 1 of the series. If this took place on Tuesday. I'd probably be at halftime, like the Thunder look shot coming off that Game 7. But, wow, like, this is stunning. It goes to show that, like, the home crowd, it's the sixth man that's out there for these home teams in the playoffs. Like, the home crowd is just so important. And then in that Eastern Conference Finals series, never mind the home crowd, the Pacers, what they've done, just screw it. Because the Knicks home crowd, nope, no problem. Pacers too deep, too many weapons. 2-0 for Indiana up in that series on the road. It's only been 2 teams ever in NBA history that's gone up 2-0 in the road in the conference finals. I saw that stat this morning. Let's see, Indiana Pacers on their Facebook page posted this out today. So, NBA teams to go up 2-0, both road wins, multiple times to start off a postseason. Oh, so this is, okay, so this is multiple times. So they went up 2-0 at Cleveland. So teams that's gone up 2-0, multiple road wins, and multiple series matchups to start 2-0. Just the Pacers and the 1995 Houston Rockets, who won the NBA title. That's it. Yep. Yep, so only 2 teams have accomplished that. What's good, Rudy? Welcome in. Do I think Ant-Man will have 7 or more made free throws? He's at 2 right now. Good question. I'm going to see what he's averaging right now. I think there's a chance. It's going to be game script dependent, though, because if this keeps on being a blowout, he might not have those opportunities. That's the only thing. He's attempted 2 free throws right now. Attempting around 6 per game. Yeah, based on the game script, it's probably going to go under for Edwards' free throws. Because right now, this is a blowout. If this keeps on being a blowout, both of these teams might sit their starters come time for the fourth quarter. Edwards with 10 free throws and 7 in the first 2 games of the series. Yeah, his free throw numbers, they've been under quite a bit. 5, 8, 8, 3, and 2 against Golden State. He actually had a game against the Lakers where he attempted 0 free throws. So yeah, I'm gonna go probably under for Edwards today. So I'll go under 7 because right now the game script isn't really favoring that right now since it's a blowout. Like, my worry is that, yeah, a lot of these player props tonight probably aren't going to hit for a lot of guys to hit the over, because if this keeps up on the score, both of these teams are going to turn towards the bench at the end of the third if this game keeps on being this bad. Because it's impossible to come back from 30 points down in the fourth quarter. Largest lead tonight was 35. Largest comeback in the NBA history was 36. Denver Nuggets blew a 36-point lead against the Utah Jazz on November 27, 1996. The Jazz were down 70-34 late in the second quarter. Came back and won 107-103. I've got the Thunder over the Pacers for me. I'm going to stick with that. When I covered Golden State a couple years back, they were trailing by 55 points against Memphis. And the game after that, they bounced back. They beat Memphis, and then they beat the Celtics and won the championship. Yeah, this is just an off day. Every team has an off day. And today is their gonna go down as their worst defeat for them, unless somehow it's the ultimate out of ultimate chokes, which I don't think so tonight. This is a home game for Minnesota. Ant-Man's not gonna let his team go down and choke a 35-point game. Yeah, that's going to be a really good series. I'm thinking either 6 or 7 if the Thunder take on the Pacers. If it's Pacers T-Wolves somehow, I like the Pacers in that one. Yeah, somebody asked me during the last playoff series when there were more teams available, can you see the Pacers win it? I told them, I told that person yes if it's against the T-Wolves and the Nuggets, but no if it's against the Thunder, because the Thunder have like the same depth as Indiana, but just they got so many defensive players. Like it's all defensive guys on the Thunder. Usually defense is what wins championships. I don't know what in the world's gone on with their defense today. They gotta adjust to the road environment because it's not there. They got a couple of guys who made all NBA team for defense. But yeah, this has been just a really just off game for them. Epic collapses. So 36 points is the largest comeback ever in NBA history. There was a 35-point comeback, Clippers against Wizards, back in 2022. Most recent comebacks, 30-point comeback, Hawks against the Celtics, March 25th, 2024. Yeah, I remember watching that game. That was atrocious. The Celtics were up by 30 points, and they blew it against the Hawks. Always a collapse for the Celtics. They were up by like 26 in November against the Hawks, and they blew that one too. 27-point comeback back in 2023, the Lakers against the Mavs. Postseason, here we go. Comebacks recently in the postseason. 31 points is the largest playoff comeback. Clippers against Golden State back in 2019. 29-point comeback by the Lakers against the Supersonics back in 1989. This Thunder team came back from 29 points down against the Grizzlies this playoffs, April 24th, 2025, 1 month ago. 1 month ago, the Thunder were down by 29 points. They came back and beat the Grizzlies. Wow. Oh, here we go. This is the one. If you were on the channel back then, see if you can find this stream. Holy smokes, what a game this was. The Hawks and the Sixers, 2021, the ultimate choke, the game that Ben Simmons decided not to attempt a wide open layup and pass the basketball. The 26-point blown lead by Philadelphia against Atlanta in the conference semis. That was an absolutely hilarious game. The Doc Rivers choke. I coined it at the very end of that stream, the ultimate choke. We get back to action right now. So this Thunder team, they were down by 29 against Memphis in the first round. They came back and won. That's why I actually like the second half money line for this Thunder team, because they've been such a second half team this year. This is a lot. If they come on back from this, wow. Oklahoma City with possession, right to left in the floor. Lou Dort at the top. There it is, Jalen Williams who has it. That's not a good start as he went up, got it stripped, lost it, turnover. Third steal of the night by Rudy Gobert. Mike Conley at the right wing, tees up a three coming off the screen, off the back rim, no good. Offensive rebound controlled by McDaniels. OKC getting just, sorry about that there, piano. I think I accidentally hit something by accident on my end, so I got you right back. Missed jumper by McDaniels, right back. OKC quick up the floor, tees up a three, and SGA splashes it. 72-44 right now. Yeah, good thing I saw that. I think I hit towards the right side, and my mouse accidentally clicked on something by accident right there. So I got you right back in. Oh, it was this one I'm trying to hide out. Third quarter points. OKC is dominated in that facet. OKC once again with a ball. Jumper, mid-range. Isaiah Joe drills the two. Oh, we're making things interesting right now. Yeah, this would be unbelievable if they came on back. It's a 5-zip run right now for the Thunder to start things off. And then Randall just responded back with it too. 2 minutes into the third quarter. Jalen Williams off to Holmgren. Holmgren at the right wing perimeter. Holmgren dribbles towards his left. And a reach and foul charge to McDaniels. What's good, Arn, on the stream? Welcome in. Thanks for joining in, bud. Alan, glad to have you back in. Yeah, this would be unbelievable if they came back indeed. I've covered so many great playoff games throughout the course of this channel. This would be wild. This would go down as the largest comeback ever in NBA playoff history. Five in the shot clock here for SGA. Pass off the roll down. Inside the key, Chat Holmgren connects on a two, plus the foul. And one coming up here at the line for Chet. Right over Randall, who picks up the shooting foul. 9 points tonight for Chet Holmgren. Oklahoma City out to a good start here. The third quarter box, the free throw is good. They got a 8-2 advantage right now in the third quarter box score. Minnesota crosses midcourt. Conley, bounce pass into the hands to Randall. Randall backs his way inside the key. Randall, kick out corner, off to McDaniels. McDaniels takes on the SGA, turnaround jumper, baseline, off the back rim, no good. Long rebound controlled by Jalen Williams. OKC looks to run with up the floor. They got numbers on the outside. They'll take a three. Lou Dort splashes it. Oh my. Just like that, they erase a gigantic 35-point haul, and they cut it down to 22 right now. 74-52 and 9:15 left to go in the third, and the T-Wolves will burn a timeout. This is a team that erased a 29-point deficit against Memphis 1 month ago. Oh man, hold your horses right now. Get ready. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. 11-2 starts by Oklahoma City in this third quarter. Oh boy. Still got a long way left to go in this game, but holy smokes, things just turned in a flash. Hit us up in the chat who you guys like to win tonight here, T-Wolves or Thunder. 20 points by Ant-Man, 12 by Randall, 10 by Reed, 9 off the bench by Shannon for Minnesota. For the Thunder, it's SGA who leads the way, and he can pour in buckets like bunches. 12 points all of a sudden for SGA, 11 by Jalen Williams, 10 by Chet Holmgren. Now they're starting to get things going. This will be an epic collapse. It would go down as the largest collapse ever in an NBA playoff game. The second largest collapse in the history of the NBA. When you count in the regular season, if somehow the Thunder come all the way back from this. Yeah, that would be wild. If somehow they came on back, this would be an absolutely wild game. So hold your horses here. I mean, anything could happen. I was going over some of the comebacks at halftime, the largest comebacks in playoff history. The largest one was largest comeback was 31 in an NBA playoff game. That was Clippers against Warriors back in 2019. And the Thunder ranked tied for second in NBA history right now, and the largest comeback ever in a playoff game. This season's Thunder, that is. They were down 69-40 with 3 minutes left to go in the second quarter against Memphis in the first round. It ended up trailing as many by 29. They were down by 22 at halftime, 77-55. They cut it to 12 points at the end of the third quarter. And then they tied the game 3 times in the fourth quarter before eventually ending the game with a 6-zip run, 114-108, to win over Memphis 1 month ago on April 24, 2025. Yeah, if they can cut this 22-point lead down to 12 at the end of this quarter, things will look good for them. Not so much right there as they get their work cut out for them as Minnesota comes back out of the timeout and they bury the 3. Coming right back out of the timeout. That is Jaden McDaniels who knocks down the 3 ball. And OKC in a quick possession right back. Cough it up, turn it over. So once again, Minnesota getting momentum in their favor. Conley on the floor with Randall, Gobert, Edwards, and McDaniels. Conley bounce pass off to Gobert. Hand off back to Conley. A little bit discombobulated in this possession. Shot clock down to 5. Conley at the top of the key. Dribbles up and drives downhill. Holmgren at the low block. Over Holmgren. No good off the mark. Missed it. Rebound secured by Holmgren. Outlet pass ahead of the pack here off to Williams. Cross court. Finds Joe. Joe up fake at the wing of the perimeter. Will slow it down off to Lou Dort. Rainbow on a 3 off the rim, no good. Rebound secured by Ant-Man. 8 minutes left to play in the third right now. Minnesota gonna slow it down themselves. Randall at the left wing perimeter. Randall crossover, bobbled the basketball, got it back. Randall dribbles towards his right, slides it off to Edwards. Edwards at the top of the key, takes on Isaiah Joe, drives, gets around, right past Joe, backdoor layup, he's got it, it is good to go for 2 by Ant-Man. 27-point lead for Minnesota. Isaiah Joe, his 3 came off the rim short. Rebound secured by Conley for the T-Wolves. Anthony Edwards ain't going to let the comeback happen. Edwards attacks, missed the layup. Rudy Gobert records the offensive rebound and the putback dunk. What a response from Minnesota. A run of their own to make sure that they take this game tonight. Jalen Williams, step back 3, gets caught in the offensive foul. Pushes off on Mike Conley. It's another turnover charge to OKC. Things were going in the momentum of the Thunder, and then all of a sudden, Minnesota has come roaring on back. The hoot and the howl of the Wolves has found their way back in the building. Taking this run by storm. Tyrone, welcome back in. Thanks for joining in, bud. What a night tonight for Minnesota. Big opportunity right now. They've got to shut down the door. Conley at the target center logo. Outside off to Edwards. Edwards accelerates up. Takes the three. Makes the three from downtown. Ant-Man on fire. 32-point lead. What a response to go with a 10-zip run by the T-Wolves as Isaiah Joe bobbled the basketball around the perimeter. The Wolves were clamping down there defensively on Joe. Man, Minnesota responding back in every way humanly possible. That was on Edwards, who picked up the reach and foul. Edwards and Conley were defending off the double team. Kick out to the corner off to Jalen Williams. Slides it off to the wing. It's Joe. And they get to substitute out Isaiah Joe. He's shooting his team onto the game right now. He's got the looks. He just cannot make the shots for Joe. Not seeing the rim properly. Randall. Pivot move. Randall off the mark. No good. Randall goes up. Gets fouled. 6:22 left to play. Yeah, Ant-Man's on another level tonight. That's now 25 points right now in 24 minutes by Ant-Man. A plus 26 on 10 for 14 shooting. Randall with 12 points tonight. They got both of their guys, their 1 and 2 guys, playing great tonight. First free throw is good by Randall. This game was really getting interesting. And then Minnesota, what a response. They have stormed back on a gigantic run of their own, 86-52. Minnesota right now is on a 12-zip run. SGA sends it off to the wing. Jalen Williams attacks the paint and he dunks it. That finally stops that 12-zip run. Ralph the Gamer, welcome in. Bikini Atoll, welcome in. Lob down low off to McDaniels. McDaniels at the low block. This ball he lost. Got kicked out of bounds off at SGA though. It's going to stay Minnesota possession. Yeah, this is going to be really tough from here right now for Oklahoma City to reach the 86-point mark themselves tonight. They cut it to as close as 22, but now it's back to a 32-point lead. Edwards looking to increase it at the left corner perimeter. Brings along the double team. Gets the way off to McDaniels. McDaniels shoots the three, and he lights it up for the perimeter. They keep on scoring at a high clip. 35 up right now for the T-Wolves. OKC with the ball at the left corner. It's SGA. SGA, left baseline, dribble goes up, gets fouled, and 2 free throws await here for Gilgeous-Alexander. Yeah, things going pretty well. SGA tonight been a non-factor. 12 points, 26 minutes. 4 turnovers tonight for him, just 4 for 12 shooting, a minus 29, unlike SGA tonight. Just an off game by the MVP, an off game for the entire Thunder squad, and the first free throw is good. They're already in the bonus. That's the 5th picked up, charge to Minnesota. Good thing for the T-Wolves, though. The quarter's gone by quick so far. 5:29 remaining. There's only been that one timeout that was taken early on in the quarters. The Thunder went on an 11-2 run to start off the quarter, but ever since, it's been a 15-3 run in favor of OKC. The second shot was good by SGA. Minnesota with possession. Randall, step back 3 over Hardenstein. Connects on it. Julius Randall buries the triple. When one team's in the 90s and the other team's in the 50s, you know this game is really bad. And right now, the Thunder have 0 chance to win this game with 5 minutes left to go. That means there'll be no comeback tonight. Williams got it blocked as Gobert blocks J-Dub. Just textbook all around by the T-Wolves. Everybody responding in this game. Edwards, nasty step back 3. Missed it off the mark, though. And Anthony Edwards called on the offensive foul, pushing off of that step back. Yeah, this is shocking tonight for Oklahoma City that they've been a no-show. Playing their worst game by far this season in this game. Their largest loss was a 27-point loss to the Lakers in early April. That's when they didn't play most of their starters that game. They already secured a number 1 seed on April the 4th. Lakers were playing for seeding. Thunder had secured a 1 seed by then. Jumper, Randall, mid-range, connects on it. 94-56. Yeah, you might want to pull out the starters right now if you're OKC. This game is looking like it's done. 38-point lead for Minnesota. We're going to see a Game 5 in this series. Julius Randle knocking down a mid-ranger, having an excellent game out of him tonight on his whole floor. Responding back for 19 points, 7 for 12 shooting, alongside Ant-Man putting together a classic game by him with 25, a plus 32 tonight for Ant-Man. A timeout with 4:25 left to go in the third. Might as well want to get out the bench for the rest of this game, because at one point where it looked like OKC was going to start to make things interesting and cut into it and put the score within the teens, all of a sudden has they can't get anything going right now. This night belongs to Minnesota. This night belongs right to the Timberwolves. And the Timberwolves remind everybody in the nation that they came to play. And they're coming to force a Game 5 and so on. And they want to get this to a Game 7. They were focused on this game tonight. Everybody in the moment together. Man, big props out to Chris Finch and his team for making adjustments. Big props there for playing Terrence Shannon in the second quarter, getting energy to his team, finding an extra player who could likely have an increased role coming throughout the rest of the playoffs right now. Could help his team out in the rotation there with an extra guy that you can rotate in and out. Really an excellent game by Minnesota. For a team that had been struggling shooting the basketball, struggling turning over the basketball, man, they really needed this to keep this series going. And Anthony Edwards, everybody talking about Ant-Man. It's gone on for like the last year. Once we get into the playoffs, the face of the league, how he takes over playoff games, being down to 0-2. And tonight, he responds. It's what makes champions great. They respond when they have an off start to a series, when their team is down. They respond. These guys didn't sulk. These guys didn't cry on the bench after losing 2 straight games to begin the playoffs. These guys kept their heads right in it. And these guys were focused on bouncing back and solving OKC's defense in Game 3. Going back to their home floor, feeding off their home fans, giving their home fans something to be proud upon. And tonight and this Saturday night, they have given their home crowd something to be proud upon for a reason why this could lead to a deep series if Minnesota keeps on playing like this. Big props up to the T-Wolves for not lying down in the series. Man, goes to show, anything could happen. Anything could happen. Nothing's gonna happen when your number 2 scorer on the team gets benched and he's a soft player and doesn't respond well to that, and then his team's crying at the end of the game when they've just lost 2 straight games, blowing both of those games wide open, and both of those games they lost were at home. Down to 0-2 in the series. That team I'm talking about is the New York Knicks last night. They had guys on the bench crying at the end of the game. They hadn't even lost the playoff series. I mean, it looked like they were eliminated last night. You still have to play 2 more games at least And they get guys yelling at one another on the bench. The head coach is awful. Tibbs is going to get himself fired at the end of that series for not making adjustments, benching Cat for 7+ minutes in the fourth quarter. And these guys for the T-Wolves, they kept their heads right in it. They believed in themselves. Their home crowd believed in them, showed up for this game tonight, and these guys showed up and fed off the crowd. 3-point shot. It's good by Nickeil Alexander-Walker. 41-point lead from Minnesota. That's not a typo right now on the scoreboard. That's the real deal. 3.5 left to go in the third. A runner way off the mark by a Jay Mitchell. Hardenstein still on the floor. It's a Jay Mitchell, Lou Dort, Wiggins, and Cason Wallace. SGA and Jada both on the bench together. Jaden McDaniels on the floor with Ant-Man, Naz Reid, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Rudy Gobert. Quarter 3 by Dort, and he splashes it. So Ant-Man is still on the floor, approaching the 3-minute mark left to play in the third. Yeah, based on the game script, I think somebody asked me about, do I see Anthony Edwards reaching 7 free throws? I said probably not, because the game script isn't leading in that favor. Anthony Edwards! Bang, 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 bang! Bullseye! From the Target Center logo, pulls up for the J and splashes it. 159 from Minnesota. Runner, Hardenstein, skipped around the rim and out to rebound, secure by the Thunder here. 28 by Ant-Man. He won't have to play after this entire quarter concludes. Reed off the mark, no good. Hardenstein with a defensive rebound. It's basically impossible to score 41 points in a quarter and give up 0 in the final quarter. Right now, it's a 41-point lead. Oklahoma City's lucky if they reach 80 after this game, never mind 100. This is not normal. Holy smokes. This is not normal. $100-59 with 2:08 left to go. And that's in the third quarter. We still got a fourth quarter that's yet to be played out. That will probably see the entire bench. If you'd like to come on back tomorrow night, I'll be live covering Knicks against Pacers. If you enjoyed the stream tonight, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. I was not anticipating this. I don't think anybody was anticipating this. Yeah, we've seen some blowouts at the most random time in this playoffs. The Celtics, yep, they're Game 6. They got blown out against the Knicks. The Nuggets in Game 7 got blown out against the Thunder. The Thunder blew out the Nuggets also in Game 2. The first 2 games were not even close between the Thunder and Grizzlies. 100-61. DiVincenzo rips down the 3. There's been a lot of blowouts in these playoffs. Spin cycle, Wiggins attacks, downhill scores the layup. The Pacers over the Cavs, one of those games, they were up by like 38 at halftime. Yeah, there's been quite a bit of blowouts in this playoffs. I think the first game, Minnesota blew out the Lakers. In Game 1, I remember streaming that from the hotel in Vermont. That was not even close, that game. Anthony Edwards in the zone, drops down 30. Hey, coach, let me get these guys to their player props tonight. Who took me over 30 or at 30 plus? I'm going to get them some money. And Ant-Man tonight, cha-ching on that one. He's got 30. Timeout on the floor. 1:21 left to go in the third. Ant-Man, absolutely him tonight. Taking it into another gear. We got a series. Everything went right for the T-Wolves tonight. Playing the best game by far that we've seen all throughout the course of the season. Everything completely went wrong for the Thunder. 0 hustle, which is shocking for the most physical team in the NBA with guys that's absolute dogs. That they just laid a complete egg tonight. They just weren't ready for this game. I don't know what happened. They just weren't ready. Like, what in the world went on? Like, they Minnesota, like Oklahoma City to Minnesota. That's not a far terms of travel that they had to travel for this game. That's not bad in terms of travel. Both of those teams out are in the Midwest. Like, I don't know what happened to OKC tonight. If somebody pulled their fire alarm at 3 in the morning in the team hotel and these guys couldn't sleep or something, but not good tonight by Oklahoma City at all. OKC's got their bench in the game. The three-point shot was made off the bench for OKC. That is number 3, Dylan Jones, as they bring in the bench in the final minute left to go in the third. Yup, T-Wolves came to play. Rudy Gobert soars up over the top and he throws it down off the assist by Mike Conley. Those two guys were the guys that really needed to step up, and they did so tonight as Conley collects the steal up the floor. Missed the mark of the pass there to Nikhil as it got stolen away by OKC. Running the floor with 34, who scores. That is Kenrich Williams. Under 30 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Nikhil outside, his pass picked off, stole away by Jay Mitchell up the floor. Kenrich Williams scores the layup. 107-70. Louis, welcome in. Yeah, NBA making a profit off this series right now. We're going to go an extra game in the series to at least 5. Right, the league office must be so happy. League office must be so happy, especially the sponsors. For all the sponsors that are sponsoring with the league, they're getting their money's worth. Right now, Doritos is on the court as the sponsor at the moment. As they put that sponsor, which is like a computer generated sponsor that they put inside the arc. Doritos was the sponsor there, so you know that all the people at Doritos are just super happy. They're loving it right now. 107-90, AT&T, they're loving it. They're gonna get a sponsor coming up. Wingstop, they're loving it as Wingstop has a commercial playing right now on the TV as we cut to break. End of the third quarter, fourth quarter coming up. It's 107-70. At the end of the third, it's all Minnesota tonight. I don't think I got a Wingstop in my area. Yo, Wingstop's not really popular where I am up in New England. If you're doing a stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, or ring the notification bell as well if you'd like to be notified for future live streams. I'll be back tomorrow night covering Pacers against Knicks. Game 3 in the series. It's Indy 500 day in Indiana. So I'm expecting a Pacers win tomorrow to go up 3-0 in the series. Let's see, Wingstop locations near me. Yeah, I don't really have many Wingstops in my area. Closest Wingstop to me is in Brockton, Mass. They got a couple towards Boston. Yeah, they have a few Wingstops towards the Boston area. Yeah, no problem, Woody. Yeah, tough one for the Red Sox. Red Sox been losing a lot of games recently. Yeah, when we went to Cleveland last year, when I went there on a trip with my family, they had a restaurant called Potbelly out there. That's something that like I don't have in my area up in the Northeast is Potbelly. Beast in the Stream, welcome in. What a bounce back game today by the T-Wolves. Zabi, thanks for joining in. Probably not. So SGA is probably going to sit the entire fourth quarter on a bench. It's like all the reserves for the most part out there. Randall right now is on the floor, but all the reserves are out there for OKC to start off this fourth quarter. This is what Oklahoma City has as they turn it over on their first possession to begin the fourth quarter. Jay Mitchell is on the floor for OKC. Jay Mitchell, Kenrich Williams, Jalen Williams number 6. So not J-Dub number 8, Jalen Williams number 6 is on the floor. Aaron Wiggins and Isaiah Joe. Randall at the corner as we have a foul away from the basketball charge to OKC. Terrence Shannon on the floor with Julius Randle, Dante DiVincenzo, Naz Reid. There's one other. That would be Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Inbound to Randall. Slides it off to Reid. Reid at the top takes on Isaiah Joe. 11 versus 11. Drives downhill to the rim. Reid lost it and fumbled it out of bounds at the turnover. What's good, Brad on the street? Welcome in. The Two Rats. Thanks for joining in. This is shocking tonight. Absolutely shocking. Yeah, this Thunder team looks completely unrecognizable tonight. Missed shot by J. Will, number 6, out of bounds. It went off the Thunder, off Kenrich Williams. Like, they completely played the wrong style of basketball tonight. I thought that they're like the Celtics tonight. Like they played the style that the Celtics play. 32 attempted threes right now tonight for the Thunder, which is not how the Thunder play the game. They attack and they go downhill and get to the rim, put you into foul trouble. Jumper's good at the free throw circle by Julius Randle. 109-70. Jay Mitchell at the free throw circle, out to the corner. Quarter 3 by Wiggins. That's no good off the mark. 10 for 34 from the perimeter. Right now for the T-Wolves, out of 62 total shot attempts, 34 of them have been threes. Jumper is good by Randall from the outside. Oh my goodness. 112-70. Down low. Runner. Good by Mitchell. This is how champions bounce back, though, for the Thunder. I saw this 3 years ago. Golden State trailed by 55 points against Memphis, and they won the finals that year back in 2022. And on their finals run, they were down by 55 points against the Grizzlies. And then the next game, they bounced back and they smashed the Grizzlies in the next game by like 30. Step back 3, Randall. Don't want to get hurt there if you're Julius Randle. A little slow getting up as he got knocked down in the three-point shot. Not getting back defensively. 5 and 4 for the Thunder at the corner. Jay Mitchell launches the 3. Rattles in. It's good. Yeah, you gotta pull Julius Randle out of this game. There's no reason why he should be playing on the floor right now. Your second best player. It's Randall, DiVincenzo, Reid, Terrence Shannon, and Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Terrence Shannon buries the 3 ball. SGA's on the bench for the rest of the game. This game's a blowout, so he will not be playing the rest of this game. Yeah, I'm sorry for you guys who took the over for total points for SGA. He's not going to play the remaining part of this game. Julius Randle is heading under the tunnel to the locker room. So he just substituted out of the game. He's heading towards the locker room under the tunnel. Why in the world was he playing to start off the fourth quarter? That made no sense. My clock's actually way behind. We're down to 9 minutes left to go in this fourth quarter here. Sorry, 2 minutes went past where I was in time. Yeah, my clock was standing still. Nikhil brings up the floor. Bounce pass off to Reed. Reed backs his way to the left elbow. Reed bounce pass off to Nikhil. Soars up to the rim. No good. Put in on the tap in. Right back for two by Nikhil Alexander Walker. And now Julius Randle heads back towards the bench. Jay Mitchell inside the key. Puts up a fall-away shot. Got it a drop. It is good. And an and one coming up at the free throw line by Jay Mitchell. So Julius Randle right now back on the bench. He had jacked up a three-point shot. Got knocked down. They're showing that replay as he jacked up a three and then... Or no, he made the three over Jalen Williams. There was another one in like the final minute that he played in this game before he got substituted out that he jacked up the three and then he went down and he was not back up on the floor in transition. Free throw is good. Man, this is just... I did not expect this tonight. Type in the chat if you expected a Timberwolves blowout win, because this was the last thing I expected tonight based on the first two outcomes of this series. Reed collects the block. Off to Shannon, attacks inside the paint. Shannon, strong bucket plus the foul. They found something tonight on the Terrence Shannon Jr. And one coming up at the free throw line. 119-78 as we're down to 7:50 left to go in the fourth. Wow. Impressive. If you're Chris Finch, you're getting this man some extra paying time because it paid dividends tonight. 14 points by Terrence Shannon Jr. in 10 minutes. First 6 games in the playoffs, he had just 6 total points. Free throw's good. Shannon with 15 off the bench. Thunder jack up a quick three. It's just a three-point shooting contest for them today. For the team that you would least likely expect. Yeah. Out of all the teams in the NBA, I would least likely expect the Oklahoma City Thunder to come out and attempt 36 threes and brick 25 of those threes. That's way too many threes for them on 68 attempted shots. 36 of those are threes right now, midway through the fourth, or just above the midway mark of the fourth. That's way too many. They took the page straight from the Celtics tonight and strictly played Joe Mazzulla ball, and they crumbled by the three. I can't believe I'm saying that because this team is just so good at generating points in the paint, attacking you going downhill, getting to their spots, which is mid-range jumpers, or getting to the rim and scoring and ones. Tonight, just 28 points in the paint, 42-28 in favor of Minnesota in points in the paint. And in the first 2 games, it was flip-flop. The Thunder had outscored the T-Wolves plus 48, 112-64 in points in the paint in the previous 2 games. And a lot of that was because they had played their style for OKC. They attempted around like 20-25 threes. But right now, 36 attempted threes with still 7:41 left to go. Just completely did not play their style today at all. Just not ready to play this game today. Every team here and there has an off night, but this is as bad as it gets. They haven't lost this bad before this season. They had lost by 27 in early April to the Lakers, but that game didn't mean anything in the standings for the Thunder. They had already secured a 1 seed by then. The Lakers were playing for the 3 seed, and the Lakers made a jump up to the 3 seed. That game was in early April, I think April the 4th. That's the worst loss of the season when they lost by 27. Right now, they're getting shellacked out there. I'll be back tomorrow night. Pacers, Knicks. I'm hoping that game's much better than this one. That series has been incredible. This is a 42-point lead right now. Insane. I don't think anybody saw this coming. Yeah, this was flat out shocking today. 14 points by SGA, 13 by Jalen Williams, Chet Holmgren with 10. You don't see the Thunder just not getting anything. This was just a rare off game for them. On the other side, Ant-Man came to play to force a Game 5. 30 points, 24 by Randall, 10 by McDaniels. Off the bench, Terrence Shannon, they found something. That's going to make Minnesota really dangerous going forward. They found something with Shannon in the rotation. 15 right now at the moment. He's out there on the floor. He could finish well above 20 at the end of this game. 12 by Nikhil, 10 by Naz Reid. Isaiah Joe got it stripped, lost it, turnover. Shannon collects the steal. Shannon up the floor, finds his teammate Josh Minot, to attacks on number 3 for the Thunder, with Dylan Jones, who picks up the reach-in foul. Platypus, wow, so Platypus called this one today. Roy, thanks for joining in. Stunning game. Yeah, Oklahoma City just didn't show up. Terrence Shannon slides it off to his left. Minot drives downhill to the rim, floats up the shot, missed off the mark, and Jay Will, number 6, picked up the defensive rebound, lost the basketball out of bounds. It's usually the Game 4 that teams lose after going up 3-0, that they're not as motivated to take that Game 4 after being up 3-0, because they want to close it out in 5 for their home fans, to have their home fans have an enjoyable experience for the last time. Well, that's where things get really dicey. Like, the Thunder, they know their team is so good, but why give them a game? Kenrich Williams, corner 3, skipped around the rim and out, offensive rebound, put back is good for 2. And that is Dylan Jones who scores. 40-point game, midway through the 4th quarter. Attacking the rack, it is good on a layup for number 33 from Minnesota. That is Leonard Miller, who's on the board tonight. At the corner for OKC. Ousmane Dieng across the floor finds Jay Mitchell, who blew the layup. A rebound secured by Terrence Shannon Jr. Shannon handoff to his teammate. Attack straight line with another layup scored by Miller. Kenrich Williams downhill to the rim, scores for 2. Yup. Minnesota beating the Thunder like Mike Tyson tonight. Absolutely stunning. Yeah, the Thunder right now have all their players are on the bench. Both of these teams got all their star players on the bench. It's all the benches have been clear. Luka Garza, National Player of the Year for the Iowa Hawkeyes, checks in on the floor. 5:02 left to go as we will have or 5:06 remaining as we will have a timeout here taken. Man, this is the product that we got tonight. Ouch. No wonder why NBA ratings are down. NBA ratings are down when you have a result like this. Ouch. It's just now, the question is, how are the Thunder going to respond after being smashed like by this? Because great champions bounce back. Great champions find a way to win after they lost by 30, 40 plus points. Golden State did exactly that against Memphis 3 years ago en route to the championship. I remember I streamed that game. That was an awful game. Chet's not playing, so Chet's on the bench. All the starters have been benched. It's all the reserve guys who's on the floor since this game is not even close. Golden State flashback to 2022. When they won the title, they got smashed. It was their second round matchup against the Grizzlies. Conference semifinals, they lost. In what would have been a closeout game for them, they were up going into that game 3-1. And then they eventually closed it out the next game in 6. They had lost that game 134-95 against Memphis. It was a road game at Memphis, May 11th, 2022. What was different about that Golden State team that day, though, is that Mike Brown, who got fired from Sacramento this year, he was the head coach for Golden State. Steve Kerr had COVID that game and did not coach. So Mike Brown, who at the time was the Golden State assistant coach, he was bumped up as the replacement coach for that game specifically to fill in for Kerr as the head coach since Kerr was dealing with COVID. Kerr missed that game, and the Grizzlies led by 55. Grizzlies won 134-95. And then Golden State, Game 6, they bounced back when they were up 3-2 after the Game 5 loss. They bounced back and won 110-96. And then they won the conference finals after that in 5 against Dallas. And then they won against the Celtics in the finals in 6. So that's what happened there. So great champions find a way to win. And that's the question for Oklahoma City. Is this team mature enough to bounce back and win after being smashed like by this amount of margin? I believe so. Led by the MVP, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. They're going to move the page. They're going to focus on the next game. 126-82 now is the scores. We're down to 5 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. Turnover charged to OKC. Minnesota with possession. And in the backcourt, we have a reach and fall charge to Kenrich Williams for OKC. It would be wild if Minnesota is able to take another game. If it goes back to OKC at 2-2, oh boy, we got the series on their hands. So that's why the next one is so critical. Missed shot, no good, off the mark by Rob Dillingham for Minnesota, so sails out of bounds. Both of these teams have their bench guys on the floor. No key players are in the game right now. Luka Garza on the floor for Minnesota. Jay Mitchell scores over Garza for the layup. Dillingham attacks the paint, goes up, gets fouled by Mitchell. Classic ESPN always does camera shots on the team's bench when they're losing, down by a landslide. Oklahoma City looks like they're poised to bounce back in the next game. They didn't show like any bad body language or anything. These guys look poised to bounce back. They know it's just not their day. They know it's not their day. Everybody has a bad day. They had an off day today, and they'll learn from it. They'll bounce back. That's the hope for them. It's not like they're. See, when the Celtics lost to the Knicks, they were stunned after blowing the 20-point leads in Game 1 and Game 2. Whereas the Knicks in this series against the Pacers, they get guys fighting with one another on the bench. They get guys that's playing lazy defense. They got awful coaching by a head coach that's going to get fired at the end of that series with Tibbs. They got guys complaining. It's a mess with New York right now. They get guys crying on the bench after being down 0-2 in the series, and they got Cat, who got benched for over 7+ minutes in the fourth quarter by Tibbs, and he's gonna take that personally, and he's probably gonna let that affect them in the next game, because he's not the guy who's tough, and he takes everything just so just lightly. He's just so sensitive with everything. Or so you got to be much tougher than that and find ways to bounce back. And Ant-Man showed that toughness tonight, and he knew that his team was not getting swept, and Ant-Man showed up, and Ant-Man played his game. Couple buckets recently by the Thunder. 129-88. This ball sent to the corner, sails out of bounds. It was deflected off of the Thunder. Yeah, this did not look like the Thunder team. A 68-win team. Holy smokes, this did not look like a 68-win team at all. I thought I was watching the Washington Wizards play this game tonight. Jumper's good by Luka Garza. Luka Garza sinks the three. It's a 55-39 bench advantage. 55-41 right now, as the layup is good for OKC. What a terrible game. Runner, Dillingham, off the back room, no good. A rebound secured. For number 3 for the Thunder with Dylan Jones. Jones up the floor, outside to the wing with Ousmane Dieng. Banks the 3. I gotta take this poll down. This is not even close. I should have taken it down at halftime. Or when the T-Wolves went up by 40 again. Made a triple by Leonard Miller. 20 for 40 from the perimeter by Minnesota. OKC not playing their style today. 12 for 39 from 3. 12 for 40. As Jalen Williams missed the 3. Putback is good, though, by Dylan Jones. If you enjoyed the stream tonight, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well. The number 1 defense in the NBA. Forgot to play defense tonight in this game. 137-95. This game was absolutely ass tonight. What the hell was this out of the Thunder? Kenrich Williams on the floor with a Jay Mitchell. Corner 3 by Mitchell's no good off the mark. Ousmane Dieng. Dylan Jones is on the floor. And Jalen Williams, number 6 for the T-Wolves. Another basket down low in transition scored by Leonard Miller. Leonard Miller from Minnesota is on the court with Josh Minott, Luka Garza, Jalen Clark is also out there in the court. And Rob Dillingham is the 5th player on the floor. 139-98 as OKC is able to make a 3. Garza at the low block. Backs his way on Jalen Williams. Garza, fall away. Drills the 2. Luka Garza with more bench points. Ant-Man pumped up on the bench with Garza. 7 points for the former National Player of the Year from the Iowa Hawkeyes. 3-point make is good by OKC with Dylan Jones. 141-101. Quick basket there by Leonard Miller. The time's ticking off the clock. Yeah, my clock's quite fast. We're down to 25 seconds left to go, man. Thanks all for being a part here on the stream for this one. Holy smokes, this game was complete ass tonight. Oh, man. Yep, whenever Warren's on the stream, whenever there's a bad game, he always says it best. This game, complete ASS. Oh, man. Yikes. This game is done. Oof. 143 to 101. The T-Wolves record the most points ever in franchise history in a playoff game. 143 to 101, the final score. I don't think many people had this one on their radar tonight. Certainly, I did not. A couple people on the stream actually did. Holy moly. Alan with a dodo. You the legend, brother. Let's get that dodo hype for Alan on the stream. Thanks so much, man. I really appreciate it. 143 to 101. The final score. Ant-Man set the tone in this game. 16 points in the opening quarter. Anthony Edwards. 30 points tonight for the game leader in 30 minutes. 12 for 17 shooting. 5 for 8 from three-point range. 9 rebounds. 6 assists and 2 steals. Julius Randle, excellent game as well. 24 points for him, a plus 38 on the floor, responding in a big way, bouncing back tonight. 15 off the bench by Terrence Shannon. They can play him much more moving forward. He brought energy on the floor in his second quarter for Shannon. 15 points in 13 minutes. He scored 9 points in his first 4 minutes on the court tonight. 12 points by Nickeil Alexander-Walker, 11 by Leonard Miller, 10 by Naz Reid, 10 by McDaniels. What a game by the T-Wolves, bouncing back with a humongous 42-point win tonight for Minnesota. Oklahoma City, as bad as a game that they could get. I don't know what I was seeing. It looked like they had brought the G League team out there to play today. And it looked like Joe Mazzulla was the head coach of that G League team, because they were tossing up bricks on three-point shots. They did not play the style that their team plays. Usually they're known for getting to the paint, going downhill, and driving to the rim. What was that tonight? They went 14 for 44 from three-point range. They attempted 86 shots. They attempted 44 threes. They attempted 44 twos. And their leading scorer, the MVP, SGA, had 14 points. Jay Mitchell had 14 points coming off the bench, a lot of that in garbage time. I don't know what the hell I saw tonight out of Oklahoma City, but yeah, that did not look like the team that had 68 wins at all. That looked like the Washington Wizards in a regular season game tonight out of Oklahoma City. It's like they laid a complete egg tonight, played their worst game by far this season, the worst game probably for them ever, in a very long time for OKC. Like a very, very bad game. Like this was bad. Probably the worst game in like 5 years for them that they've played. Like this was a terrible game. Nothing went well for them, whereas everything went completely right for the T-Wolves. Rudy Gobert didn't score a bunch, but he came up with a couple steals. 7.7 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, and a block. A plus 23 tonight for Rudy Gobert. The guys that really shined tonight, Edwards had 30, Randle had 24, Naz Reid, he had 12. He had a much better game tonight. 8 rebounds as well for Reid. 15 by Terrence Shannon. Shannon had 15 tonight. 12 by Nickeil, 11 by Leonard Miller. A lot of that was in the fourth quarter when the bench guys got the chance, and McDaniels had 10. Just an all-out incredible game to bounce back tonight for Minnesota. Exactly what they needed, and now they remind the world, they remind everybody out here, we're going to have a series. 143 to 101 the final score. I'll be back tomorrow night covering Pacers against Knicks. I hope that game is going to be much better than this one. That series has been incredible. Feel free to join back in tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern Time, Pacers and Knicks for Game 3. And we'll see if the Pacers can go up 3-0 on Indy 500 tomorrow. Knicks got their work cut out, going down to 0-2, heading on the road to Indianapolis tomorrow for Game 3. Thanks so much all for joining in. We're going to close out to the channel members. All channel members get a shout out at the end of each and every single one of my live streams. We got Jason, Bradley, Warren Kelly, I Am Ghost, the Nija Player, Asia, Ice Baby, Katie Ogie, SGA Sports Talk Channel, Lonely Satellite, Natural Neat, Ian, Michael, John, Norma, Jonathan Guido, Mark, Jobo, Michigan Sports, Canabro, Greg, Vegas, Pringle, Fishing Up a Storm, Ride Dog, Sam, Jed, Flip the Script, Barco, and Andre. Thanks for joining in tonight for this one. I'll be back tomorrow night covering Pacers against Knicks for Game 3. Feel free to join in if you guys would like to do so as well. This game was a blowout. Most points ever in a playoff game in the history of the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Timberwolves tally 143 against the Thunder. 143 to 101 the final score. Massive monster win by Minnesota tonight. Thanks so much everybody for joining in, and enjoy the rest of your Saturday night.